Hi Keith, great to see you again this week. Just want a quick review over a few areas that we discussed during the lesson. Great work with those hips today, didn't sway too far offline or off the centre during your backswing, which is much better. I just want to have a quick look at the areas during your downswing and the concerns I had with your weight transfer. Then you can see here on the video on the left hand side, I've just put a little line up there to show you where your hips are at the start of your swing. Again, we've been doing a little bit of work, so trying to keep those hips more centred so they're not swaying quite so much during your backswing. On this occasion, your hips did still move a little bit, but nowhere near as far as what they have been doing in previous weeks. And again, this is the area that we're looking at. Now that you've hips are in a much better position, it should find it much more easily to transfer that weight to your right hand side to strike down into that golf ball. As we start to take you down into the golf ball, you can see how your hips have now returned back to where they started. And ideally you want your hips now to continue moving to the right hand side to allow you to strike down into that golf ball. And you can see your hips sort of return back to where they start and then stop moving. Which then, in order for you to get back to that golf ball properly, as we discussed the other week, you then now have to, your arms become a little bit more active, and they then become a little bit disconnected from your body in order for you to get through that golf ball and hit it correctly. So because you're not transferring your weight far enough, in order for you to get down to that golf ball and make a good contact on that golf ball, you're now having to swing your arms or use your arms a little bit more during the shot, which is causing them to become a little bit disconnected. You can see that little gap there between your right elbow and your upper body. This picture bottom right is one of your practice swings from a little bit earlier on in the day, one that I videoed previous. You can see, if I take you right to the start, you can see again I've just put a little line up next to your right hip just to highlight an area where it starts off. We take you to the top of your backswing. Again, hips move very little, and then this is a great point here where your hips now start to move to the right hand side but continue to move throughout impact. So now there your hips have continued to move, they're now right of the golf ball, and that has allowed your body to continue moving. Your arms don't stay connected to your body. Your hands are nice leading the shot there, and you can see if I just put a little angle in there to show that your spine angle is now leaning backwards and away from your target, which is just like, again, as we've discussed about Mike Weir at the top. Again, the same position with him, with the red line next to his hips. As I take you through, you see how his hips never move off that line on the backswing. As he comes down, he's driving that weight forward to the right hand side towards his target. As he's coming into the golf ball, his hips are well in front of that line, and you can see the spine angle he's created, pointing backwards and away from his target. So those areas during your practice swing are exactly what I'm looking for during your proper shot. Unfortunately, because you're putting a little bit more power into the shot, it's not quite happening just the same as it is. So ideally you're looking for your weight to move to that right hand side during your downswing, but allow it to continue moving, so it's not so your hips aren't returning back to where they started. It's continuing to move to that right hand side and allowing you to strike down into the back of that golf ball without getting too active with your arms and becoming a little bit disconnected from your body. So if you continue working on that during the week, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next week.